Students, in this class we will learn about two important methods which are called as toUpperCase and the other one is toLowerCase. Now these are very important. Why these are very important? If you are trying to start a social media and you have some forum or some discussion environment where users can write about their opinion on any given topic. This is one scenario. Now this particular illustration which I'm showing you can be applied to countless scenarios based on your requirements. It doesn't need to be social media, because wherever you are requesting the user's train of thought, it could be applied. Say for example, you are having a seminar and you are giving an assignment to the students on a particular topic. Say the importance of being respectful in the society, something like that, or the importance of being persistent. So these are all some interesting topics that people like to write. So you are asking people to give a suitable title and write something about this particular content. Now it is imperative to understand people might be using different style of writing. For some, the title, they would like to have the title to be in lowercase. For some, they would like to have the title in uppercase. For some, they would like to write the entire content in capital letter. You might not like it, but that's the way people think. But you have one thing in your power, and that is the power to change whatever they have written into the format that you want, and that is exactly the purpose of toUpperCase and toLowerCase. So having mentioned that, let me just give you an illustration for this beautiful method. So what I will do, I will start off by the boilerplate and then I will give the title. To understand the functionality of toUpperCase and toLowerCase in JS. Okay, JS stands for JavaScript. Okay, so now I'm going to give a link file, CSS link. So link rel is equal to style sheet, and then type is equal to text, and then href is equal to css/style2. I mean, I'm using the same style sheet. Okay, now I have given all this. Now I would like to give a comment. So I would say toUpperCase and toLowerCase illustrations. Okay. So that is nice. So now what I wish to do is I would like to give an environment. So I'm going to create an HTML file so that the user can enter the requirement that he or she is asked to. So label. In label, what I'm going to do is enter the title. Enter the title of your essay. So I will give a break. And then I will give an input box. Input type is equal to text and ID is equal to name. I'm just giving some ID because this ID is featured in the CSS. So that's the reason I'm using this. So I will collect this, and then after this I would have to give another input. So I'm going to say label. Label, please enter your thoughts here. So this is going to be input, but the thing is that I will have to embed this in a paragraph. So there should be a text area. So we will have to create a text area. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to say text area ID is equal to text, and this area will be created. So now we will have to design the area. Now I'm going to show you what exactly is the is a form of the output. So I'm going over here. So please enter your SCA, please enter your thoughts. So this is the text area. So we will have to design the text area. So I will give a break here. So once I give a break, okay, so this is how it looks. And what I will do is I will move the text area down. Now I'm going to need the help of CSS to design this text area. Otherwise, it won't be looking good. So I have got this. So let me show this to you. So this is fine. So we need to go to the CSS to design this. So let's go to the CSS. So what I'm going to do is because I don't want to use the same style because that would hamper me in other cases. So I will change this to style 3 and I will do the editing. Open with VS Code. So I don't need all this. I don't need the numbers. I don't need all of this. I need a button to submit, and HQ tag is needed. Name. Okay, the title, I don't need all this. Age, I'm taking all of this thing down. I don't need all of this. So this is my new CSS. Name is there. H3 we might need. BTN we might need. Okay, so in number 2, I'm going to say text area. Okay, so we will have to connect the CSS sheet. So this is going to be style 3. And I go here. Okay, I got the text box here, but I will have to extend this. So let me go to the CSS file and give a width of 300 px. 300 px. I need to give a height of and then background. I want to give a background color, probably transparent, and border radius. All those things is fine. So let me go and check it out. Okay, so this is how it looks. Probably we can extend this a little bit further away, and in that case the width will have to be 600, 700. Okay, so give people enough space, and this is how it looks. See, it doesn't look good, so I need to give a padding for this. So I will go to the code. I will say padding 10 px and 10 px. That's fine. Everything else seems to be okay. If you want to give, you can give letter spacing, but you don't need to give letter spacing. So this will go all the way till here, and then you can give an enter and then start typing. So it depends on how you like. Okay, so that seems good. That seems fine. And probably we will have to put a submit box here. Now if you want to push it, you can push it down. So what I will do is margin top colon 10 px. So that one would mean, okay, so it goes down. So title, the input box, I can increase the title. BTN name, I can give a width here, width of 800 px. 800 px, height is fine. So let me check that out. Okay, that's the title. So we will have to go back here, and then we will have to give a BTN, a button. Okay, capital letters should be avoided. Button ID is equal to BTN, and then I'll say submit. So let's see how it looks. Okay, we get this button. Probably I should have given button 1. That's the problem. So if it is button 1, we can get this beautiful submission button there. Now nothing is going to take place, because if I were to click on this, there isn't a script that will get activated. So the idea is get all these things out and display it down below. So we need to do all that. Okay, so it's like a mini project. So now what I'm going to do is after the submission takes place, what I would want to do, I would want to give a h3 tag, h3 and id is equal to caption, and then probably after this I will give two breaks, br. So whatever the user enters, once the submit button is clicked, it will be displayed in this. And then I'm going to give a p tag and id is equal to content, and then I'll shut it up here. So we will have to get the caption, and for that I'm going to write the JavaScript. I'm going to say script starts here, and then I'll have the script. So I'm going to say let caption is equal to document dot get element by id of, what is that we have given? We are entering everything in name, so name dot value. So that's fine. Now what I wish to do is I'm going to use a variable. So variable caption or variable title. Title is equal to caption dot toUpperCase. I'm going to convert all these things into caption toUpperCase, and then I'm going to say let message is equal to document dot get, or I would have to use query selector of message caption. I should give caption, right? And I will use message dot inner html is equal to, I will have to print this. So what I have to print? I will have to print this one, title. So I will do that. Now we have to initiate the onClick event. So onClick is equal to function1. So this one would be the click event. Now what I wish to do is I would like to embed everything within the function. So function1, and I open the parenthesis, and everything would be inside this function, and save it. That's fine. Okay, now students, what we have to do is we will have to get the caption here. Now I have just to change the tag from h3 to h2 because this is what has been featured in the CSS. So now coming back to our tag capture, I'm going to say message is equal to document dot query selector, and then open the parenthesis and open a quote. Now you will have to start with a channel and then place this. If you're not placing that channel, it wouldn't work. So this is very important, placing this channel and then followed by the tag name, the tag ID. That is very critical. So you might be wondering why we are not doing here. As I mentioned to you, that's the way the language is designed. So in this case, when you're using query selector, make sure to place the channel. The channel signifies that we are dealing with the ID, and that is exactly what we have mentioned here. So having obtained that, we need to use this variable message dot inner html, and then I will print the title. The user enters the title. Please enter the title for your essay into this text box. Of course, we are not doing anything with the text area, the thoughts of the user. Now after the user has entered the title, we are actually triggering a function using the button event, or I would say the click event present in the button. So once that is clicked, a function is triggered. Now we are coming back to the script and writing a function for this. We are capturing the value given by the user and placing it in a variable, and then we are using that information which is being captured and we are changing it to an uppercase using the method toUpperCase, and then we are capturing the tag here and we would use the variable to control the tag, and using this variable we will send in that particular caption which we have already converted. So that is what we are doing here. We're going to save it here and we go to the browser. Now I'm going to enter this title, the importance of jogging every day, something like this. Now the user actually is expected to place everything in capital letters, but he or she has, or I should say, has followed the type that they are used to. There's nothing wrong in this, but we are not using this format. Simple as that. So we are basically converting it into the format that we want the content to be presented onto the site. Now when the submit button is triggered or submit button is clicked, the function is fired, and this thing would be converted and displayed onto the browser. You see that, the importance of jogging every day, and it looks beautiful. Now this is just one part. Now there is the next part. So in the first part we have successfully converted the user given data into an uppercase. Now we will have to convert the user given information or content to lowercase and present it onto the browser. So that's the second part. So for that we will be using another method. What I would do is I will simply say copy of this, and I will say the second part starts here, and then I will paste it here. So instead of caption, what I will do, I will say paragraph, and we will have to get the paragraph from this get document.get element by ID. So this is going to be the ID for text, right? So we have captured here, and then I want to use the keyword called content, and then I will use paragraph here, and then to lowercase. So I'm converting everything into lowercase. So I will just change this to user content, user underscore content, and now this is content document.query selector of ID. I'm controlling this tag, content tag, and then using this variable content. You can give any variable in the script in the let sign, but make sure to use it when you are displaying the output. So this is going to be content or inner HTML is equal to user underscore content. This is what should appear here, user underscore content. So I'm saving it. So the idea is get the content from the user and change it to lowercase and display it. So let me just go here and refresh it. I want to copy this title. I refresh it. I paste the title here, and then I'm writing. It is obesity. Let me give something like this. Obesity. I'm going to give everything in capital letters. Obesity is a growing problem. So the user has given a title and the user has given a content. So now the question comes, we will want to put this on the website. So let us submit it. So when the submit button takes place, you can see that the title is there and the content is beautifully placed. So this is a lovely project that we have just finished using two methods. So whenever you have a social media interaction, you can follow this, right? Now you can clearly see the difference here, the importance of jogging every day. Okay, this captures the user's, anybody's attention, right, who's using the website. And then this is the way in which this is designed is really nice. Now you can use CSS to change how these things looks. In fact, if you're not happy with the way in which the paragraph font looks, you can change it. Now let me just show that to you within a minute. So this ID is content, so I go here and then I just say, and then you want to give color, what color you like, white, say Alice blue, and you want to increase the font size. You want to increase the font size to 21px, you increase it. You want to give a border solid 2px, say what border, magenta, you give that. Everything you can perform in CSS. And then you want to give a border radius of 5px, you can do that. And you want to give a letter spacing of 3px, you can do that. So many things, unimaginable, right? So I've done all this. I want to just copy this, and I will refresh this. I'll refresh it, and I will say the importance, something like this, importance of staying fit. See, it's a mixture of uppercase and lowercase. People wouldn't like it, right? I'm just placing this, and then I'm saying submit. You see that everything is present here. You see that there is a border. The importance of staying fit. Obesity is a growing problem. I change the color, and it can be a huge burden when it comes to managing body weight. So see the way the output is displayed, and the sky is the limit for your creativity. So having shown you these two methods, toUpper and toLowerCase, we will end this lesson here, students. Thank you.